So how do you know if an apartment building is a good buy?
Gee, I wish I could write a book about that.
So the big question is this: as real estate agents, how do we figure out where and when to cross the finish line of this crazy business? We're told that we need to build a real estate business that supports us after we pay our dues. Well, the truth is that so many agents spend decades looking for the finish line and never find it. And I don't know about you, but we'll be damned if we're doing open houses until we're 70. You have to have passive streams of income in your real estate business if you want to survive. Well, this is exactly what we're talking about right here, right now, on the Passive Real Estate Agent Podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Passive Real Estate Agent Podcast. I'm Anthony Nitz, and I'm here with my partner,
Matt Stewart. You
Matt
got it quicker
Stewart.
this time.
Hey, we've got some fun things to talk about today. You know, I love marketing. I love marketing in real estate. And, I was having some conversations earlier this week with some people about, gosh, how do you just get people to make a connection with you, right? Because there's a lot of people who are thinking about selling, a lot of people are thinking about buying, and they have their choice of a bazillion real estate agents, right? I mean, they're all over the place, but how do you get them to connect with you as a lead so that you could turn them into a potential prospect in business, right? And one of the ways is by creating a good lead magnet. Now, there's a lot of places out there that will offer you this for being part of their subscription service or something like that. But I'm going to show you an easy way to create your own lead magnet that you can put on your website. And you can say, hey, download this report. Just put your email address in, or give me your contact information, or whatever. And it's really simple. The way that it's done, it is done through a product called PLR, or private label rights. And I'm going to just go ahead and do a screen share right now to show you what I'm talking about. And if you're listening on the podcast, just kind of follow along. I'll try to help you figure this out as we go. If you're watching on YouTube, obviously you get to see the screen share that we're going to do. So let me go ahead and share my screen right now. And there we go. We are now sharing the screen. Okay. So if I go to Google here, for example, move this thing. Okay. If I go to Google and I just type in PLR ebooks for real estate, okay, you'll see that a bunch of them come up. Okay. And so, for example, like there's this one, theplrstore.com, and you see they come up, buyqualityplr.com. And I want to go into some of these so you can actually see what they look like. So real estate PLR ebooks, private label rights. So if I go to this website here, you'll see that it comes up and it starts listing all of these books here: the Home Buyer's Handbook, the Real Estate Investing Handbook, the Real Estate Investment Secrets, selling real estate, right? That's good for getting listing leads, house flipping, a buyer's guide to financing, lots of great stuff. Staging your home to sell. That's a great one to get like listing leads and things like that. A variety of them. You can see that there's all kinds of them. And if I go back here again and I just click on, so that's the PLR store. If I go to buyqualityplr.com and I go here and I look, we're probably going to see things that have a lot of the similar titles. So for example, real estate investing for beginners, top quality real estate. And actually you can see some of the same ones are actually showing up. Oh, close this here. Yeah, some of the ones are actually showing up here, and that's okay. Look at this, home improvement mega bundle. Okay, $27. Look at the cost on these. So to give you an example, so, my goal is always to get listings. I'm going to go back to the PLR store, or PLR store. If I'm trying to get listings, and I say, you know, gosh, what could I give a seller that they are in the process of getting to the point where they're thinking about selling their house so that they'll connect with me. And I'm thinking this staging one is a great one. There's other ones here. There's probably other great ones here. There's also foreclosures demystified. Guys, what our marketplace, we don't know where it's going, right? We're still not sure what's going to happen after the pandemic is lifted, after the coronavirus is deemed not as, much of a pandemic anymore, and whatever is going to happen. But let's go here. So I'm going to click on staging for a fast sale. And I just want you to see what you get for $8.99. So they're gonna put it here. They're gonna give it to you in a Word doc, right? So now you can open this document and you can edit it to your own liking. It's in 23 pages. Okay. Some of these PLRs will come with a sales page. So if you want to put it on your website as download this free report or buy this free report, then you can do this, right? Then this one doesn't include it, but some do. Include graphics and e-covers. Yes, they do. So like this image right here, they'll give it to you, so you can put it on your website to download it. Cover graphics in 5 different sizes, editable images so that you can edit that, and suggested selling price. So now, what can you do with this? Oh, and it's 23 pages, okay? And this is the important thing here. What can you do with a PLR book? You can be edited completely and put your name on it. Yes. So now you get to be the author. So it isn't just like I have a generic download. It is making you the author. And because it's in a Word document, for example, you can go in and adjust it for your local geography, right? Maybe, they're talking about things that are more modern or contemporary for a big city, but maybe you're in more of a rural area, and, people like things a little bit different. You can add your hyperlinks into the document. You can put your contact information in the headers and footers, however you want to do it, right? So now it's your book, okay? So yes, it can be edited completely and put your name on it. Yes, it can be used for your business, right? For your own personal business. You can give it away in a PDF format to build an email list. Yes. It can be added to paid membership sites. That doesn't really pertain to us, so no big deal. You can't resell it to other agents to use, right? So don't do that. You can't sell master resale rights or private label rights. And these other parts really don't matter. The important thing is you get to edit it and put your contact information. There's 2 different ways to use this. Number one is, hey, go here and go to my website, Anthony Nitz's realestatewebsite.com, whatever, right? And go here and enter your contact information to download this PDF file, and it's going to tell you how to stage your house. Okay. And now you have an email. So now that you can follow up. However, here's the challenge with that, in my opinion, is that yes, you're giving away information in hopes of goodwill. And if you have the PLR book written in a way where it has the appropriate hooks and emotional triggers and things like that to get people to go, you know what? Gosh, I really like Anthony. I love what he's saying here. He really knows his stuff, even though I didn't write a single word of it. Then that could be fine, because then they go, I read through your whole book. That was great. Can you come and list our house, right? That's the hope. Okay. The other way that you could use this, 2 other ways, is number one, you could do it as a printed version. Okay. So like you could go to a site like overnightprints.com. Oops. Yeah, overnightprints.com. They're booklets here. You could have these printed out as booklets and keep them, like this, so that keep them on hand, so that now you have a really nice piece that you could use to hand out to people, which again just increases your authority even that much more. Okay. Another way that you can do it, and like I said on this one, it didn't say it came with a sales page, but you could go create a completely separate website. You could market it to just like using Google ads or using YouTube ads or using Facebook ads. Say, home sellers, get your staging book, right? They go there and you charge them $7, $17, $27, whatever it is. You charge them for that ebook download. And chances are that they're going to be interested in going ahead and doing that. It's not like they can't find staging information out in the world, but if you do a good job presenting this book in a way where they go, you know what, yeah, it's worth $7. It's worth at least $7 to look at that, and it doesn't appear that it's coming from a real estate agent who's going to hound me forever. Then they go, yeah, okay, fine, let's buy it. Well, guess what? Now that person is on your list and they are probably a prospective home seller. Okay. And remember, that book is all now branded to you. So as they're reading it, they go, oh, okay, gosh, this came from, Susie in our local neighborhood. What a coincidence. Wow. Okay. Let's call her. She knows what she's talking about. So these are great ways. So you can do PLR books, and there's so many categories: buying, selling, investing. Matt, do you have an investing book?
I do. I can. You can download it for $20 on our site.
There you go. I mean, all different categories, and you'd be surprised when you're looking through this stuff, the information that's available. I'll give you an example. My wife, she had a serious accident. She had some pretty serious injuries, and from her perspective, yoga, basically saved her life, and she wanted to write about it. But is she an author? No, but she did find a yoga book that was a PLR. It cost all of $8 or something like that. She made her edits in there to fit more of what it is that she's looking, trying to convey to people, and she put it out there. And she gets people who download this book on a fairly regular basis, just to because they're going through the same struggles that she's going through. So it's a whole variety of things. But in the real estate space, again, creating yourself as an author so that now you are somebody who stands out in that marketplace. Nobody else gave me a home staging book, but gee, Alfredo gave me one.
Anthony, I've got a question. You said that okay, we can have it printed up like it's on the screen right now, or it could be PDF, Word. I think a lot of people might use e-readers, those little Kindle, readers. I wonder if this can be put that way.
Well, so you could probably put it like on what is it, Amazon Essentials? Is that what it's called? Amazon Essentials, where you are you have a published book, because that's the other thing too. If it's an e-reader, though, they can read PDF files.
Right. So you just send it to the email it to the e-reader, and then you've got it. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's up to them. Let them. They go and they say, yeah, sure, I want that. They're going to download the PDF,
And they can do it.
and then let them get it over to their e-reader or whatever. But I mean, people are so familiar with the PDF format.
Sure.
And I would be careful if you do it as a Word document. I would not make it available as a Word doc. The reason you get them as a Word document is so you can edit it.
Right.
Okay? If you go out and you put it out, hey, download the Word document. Well, a couple of things. Number one, now that gives them the ability to edit. So now your competition goes, oh, wow, I like that. I'm going to edit it. And you know what? I mean, are you really going to go file a copyright claim against them? No, because you didn't write the book to begin with. And number one, and number two, you're like, darn it, it's just not fair. And and that's an easy way for other agents or other investors or other, people who are trying to do what you're doing to turn around and say, Oh, look, let me make my copy. All I'm going to do is copy what they're doing, make my edits in there, and bam, right? But if it's in a PDF format, it's a little bit harder to do that. Could
Right.
somebody do it? Sure, they could do it. Somebody could just sit there and type it all out. Could somebody copy everything and paste it and reformat it? Sure, they could. But most people are not going to, right? So
Right.
make sure you don't put it out as a Word doc. Put it out as a PDF file. So anyway, that's kind of my thing. Look at this reverse mortgage report. Again, coming from you as an expert. You're the expert, right? House flipping profits. All kinds of stuff, guys, that you can enjoy and become the go-to expert in your community, right? So what do you think, Matt? Think I can go
I,
right?
I love this idea. I remember talking about this with you last week, and uh, I had no idea this existed before, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's just that you become more credible when you're providing this, this kind of info.
Let me just click on this one here because I just saw this. The real estate mega bundle, guys, $27. $27. Are you kidding me?
It's like what, 6 books or 8 books or something like that.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Come on. Load up. Okay, real estate mega bundle.
It's like 10
Real
books.
estate tycoon tips. Real estate 25 unrestricted. Okay, 25 unrestricted real estate PLR articles pack. You're thinking about content that you need that you want to put out. Guess what? They've already written it for you.
Wow.
50 unrestricted real estate PLR article pack. Right? So they're gonna give you that 900 articles.
Oh my gosh.
If you can't figure out content, 800, 680. Wow. Just guys, this is crazy.
And you've become an author.
And you are now an author. And then here's a book. Let's see what you need to know. Oh, what you need to know about real estate. Making money and investing in real estate.
There you go.
Creating residual income opportunities in real estate. Huh? What?
What?
What do you know about that? You guys might see an ebook on our website soon. Real estate investment strategies, how to make your home sell, and how to make your home sell. Guys, what a great listing generator. Or if you're an investor, you create something that you put out there that says how to make your home sell. People download it, you got a lead. Okay. Sell your home fast. Flipping homes for profits. Guys, look at this. This is crazy what you get in this bundle. This is nuts. So anyway, point is, and that's $27. $27 that you get all of this stuff, built right in. And let me see something here. Does it come with does not give. Well, they each come with something different. So, but still, it's just, you can't go wrong with that. So anyway, guys, go create content. Go put stuff. We're going to talk about that next week. We're going to talk about publishing content, but you got to have content to publish. Well, there you go. There's your content to publish. Go get that now. Next week, when we talk about publishing content, you'll be ready to go. But analyzing things.
Sure.
We're all going to sit here and analyze stuff. Is this a good idea to do this? Well, I don't know. What's the benefit of analyzing things, Matt? Why would you want to analyze something? Don't you just do it and not even...
Well, sure. You just walk in and here's my money and I'll just take it and hopefully everything will work out. But
nice. Those are my favorite clients.
Yeah, but when you're dealing with multifamily, maybe do we want to make this big? Oh, there we go. When you're dealing with multifamily, your price tag goes a lot higher than a single family home. So you really ought to know what you're getting into. Is the property being run well by the previous owner? What are they spending their money on? Are they managing it in a way that's wasting money? Is it, or is it a cash cow? So what you do is you analyze, or what we call underwrite the deal. And well, what does that mean? Well, there's a T12, as they call it, the trailing 12. That's the expenses and income from the last 12 months. And you get the owner to provide that, or the broker can provide that. There's also the rent roll, which lists all the apartments, whether they're occupied, vacant, are they on notice to vacate, are they vacant but they got somebody moving in shortly. It gives you all that information, and you can get a picture of what's going on. And with that information, you're going to decide, yes, this is a good buy, or no, it's not. If it's a good buy, then for how much money do I want to spend? The seller's wanting $1 million for the property, but when you look at the numbers, you're looking at that net operating income, the profit left over after the bills are paid, right? Well, it's not worth $1 million. You're going to offer him 800,000 because of there's so many vacancies and there's all these other expenses that it's just not profitable enough to charge that kind of money for that property. So it gives you a better sense of how to look at the property from a business standpoint. And the banks will look at that as well. They're not looking at your private worth or your net worth. They're looking at how well this property is performing. So they're going to look at it the same way.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's critical. Especially when you're looking at it from an investment standpoint.
Right.
Home buyers, they look at a house, they do the same thing, but they're going to live in it. So they get the intrinsic value of it's our home. Okay, oops,
There's
maybe
an emotional connection to that house now. That's
and like I said, and they get to live in it. So even if they're like, okay, well, maybe we overpaid a little bit, or we should have looked at something else, it's not the end of the world. Whereas we're an investor, man, you got to get every penny you can out of it, not because you're just trying to be, rough and tough and I'm a hardcore negotiator. And that's no, it's investing. It's called investing. Buy low, sell high, right?
Yeah.
and pay the right fair price for a property that you can access, right?
Yeah, and it reminds me of like that TV show, The Shark Tank. And the person going in wanting the money will say, I'm raising $250,000 for a 15% equity stake in the company, and they'll get the sharks will inevitably say, okay, you're saying that your idea is worth $1 million or whatever. Well, it's the same type of thing that you look at everything and how much are the sales and how much is your expense and your track record, and that there is a value.
And how many times have you seen it on the Shark Tank where that investor goes in and goes, I want that money for this percentage, and the shark goes, what are your numbers? And what do? They go, I don't know. And they get blown out of the water, right? So you got to know your numbers before you go into any deal, or else your chances are you're making a bad investment. Tony Robbins said, we don't have to like reinvent everything. We don't have to start from scratch. We find people who are already doing it, i.e. Shark Tank guys, right?
Right.
They're already investing. Follow their rules. If you're asking the person that you're buying the multifamily building from, what are your rents like? What are your vacancies? What's your NOI? What's your, all these, whatever all the criteria is. And if they either give it to you and you can make sense of it, great. But if they don't even know their own numbers and they go, but
it's worth
it's worth it.
Well, and you bring up a good point, Tony, because different owners keep records in different ways. Some owners are meticulous. They're really professional in how they're running their sites. Other people, it's sort of, did you give this to me on a cocktail napkin?
Exactly.
It's like how did you come over and then what brokers will tend to do is they'll give you the pro forma, like what it's going to do in the future.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, investors don't look at that. They want to know, I will buy on what it is doing today.
Right.
Tomorrow,
Right.
who knows? I mean, it might do that, just like you're saying, but until I go and make sure that happens, I have to look at today's numbers.
Right. You got to look at today's number, and then you take into consideration things that we've talked about in the past, like is it emerging market, or is it just flat, or is it going down? And factor those things in too, by talking to the right people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it, exactly.
So, yeah. So anything else that people need to consider when they're analyzing their investment deals?
It's a real study. It's not something that you go in and it's just, oh, I got it. And, there's the cap rate and there's the NOI and there's the cash on cash. What? You really kind of need to educate yourself on that. A lot of people will use a spreadsheet and that will help them. They plug in the numbers and it'll calculate. And then once you can get those numbers, you're going to have to figure out what are you specifically looking for,
Right.
because a new investor is going to be more conservative. They don't want to get into really complicated deals yet, versus somebody that's already owns a few hundred units. They've done a few deals. Okay, maybe the property is really underperforming. It's in a scarier neighborhood, but they know how to look at that information and what needs to be done to that property to make it better. So just educate yourself, get some training, talk to us. That's a reason to contact us. There's, I'd love to share some ideas with, people that are interested in that, but it's, you got to really study because there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. And, and just like anything over time, you get good at it.
Yes.
You kind of know what exactly you're looking for. And I think that that's a key thing too, is setting your benchmark, because if you set a benchmark for, it's got to meet these parameters, period. And if it's not, you don't get emotionally attached to the outcome. Right. Because I've seen a lot of people make big mistakes when they go, I want to be an investor, and they're emotionally attached to it.
Right.
Good investors have no emotions about it whatsoever. They look at the numbers, they look at the bottom line. And if it's 1 billionth of a percent off, that might be exaggerating, but even if it's a small percentage off, they go, no. And they walk away and they go, oh, well, that one didn't work. Next.
You can never get burned by the deal you walk away from.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's just, look at it, don't get emotionally involved. And you know what? There's going to be another deal that comes around, especially if you've got relationships with brokers, and they're going to want to work with you because you treat them well and they know that you can close.
Right. Exactly. Cool. Well, anything else, Matt?
I got nothing more today. I can't wait to do the next show.
All right. Cool. Well, guys, hey, go get your content. Go look up your PLR private label rights. Just go do a Google search, PLR ebooks for real estate, or PLR ebooks for investing, or PLR ebooks for whatever it is you're doing. And and start looking at that. And your mind's going to be blown at the quality and just the great information that you can get, the tools you can get to help grow your business. And in the meantime, if you need help with any of this stuff, you got questions, just go to our website, thepassiverealestateagent.com, click on the contact page, and schedule a call with either me or Matt. It's free. We do calls every day. So just go in, pick a time, and we'll get with you on a call when it's convenient for you. So with that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again.
Okay. Take care, guys. Have a good day. Thanks so much for listening to the Passive Real Estate Agent Podcast. Hey, do us a favor and subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening to us right now. Don't forget the likes and the comments. We always appreciate it. And, it really helps others to find this valuable information. Now, look, there's something that both Matt and I and several of our guests have discovered that has radically changed our real estate job into a truly passive income. And it's a little controversial, and that's why we really don't discuss it on the show. But we'd like to invite those truly entrepreneurial individuals to learn more. Just visit thepassiverealestateagent.com and join one of our upcoming webinars. You'll thank yourself later that you did. Thanks again so much for listening. Take care.